How's it going, guys? My name is Bernard and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to turn your customer template files from liquid to JSON templates. Now, the reason why you want to do this is that the customer template files of the new Shopify theme, Dawn, they are not in JSON templates. So if you want to add sections, like in your login page, you want to add, I don't know, like newsletter or contact us form, you cannot do that in the theme editor. And that's because the customer template files, they are in liquid and not JSON templates. So that's what we're going to be using, or that's what we're going to be doing. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. Now you may be wondering why the customer template files are not JSON templates. Well, according to Shopify theme requirement, all template files must support sections, or they must be JSON templates, except the customer account pages like the login, register, account, order, addresses, etc. So this is the reason why it's not really necessary for Shopify themes to have JSON templates for customer pages. So this video is for those who wish to have, customer template files in JSON templates, or JSON templates for customer pages. Does that make sense? Now, turning a liquid template into a JSON template is pretty straightforward. All you need to do is to create a section file, and then whatever is inside of the liquid template, you move it to that section file, and then you delete the liquid file or liquid template, and then you replace that with a JSON template. And then in that JSON template, you reference the file, the section file, in that JSON template. I will show you what I mean by that in this video, don't worry. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so we're now here in my development store. The first thing that we're going to do is to enable the accounts. Because if you take a look here, in the navigational bar, I don't have the account link yet. So we can do that, we can enable that by going back to the admin page, open your admin page, and then open the settings page right over here. And then it should be in the checkout right over here. And as you can see, the accounts are disabled. So we can just set this to accounts are optional or accounts are required. So we can just set this to accounts are optional. That's fine. So hit save. And then go back to your online store or storefront. Refresh the page. And we should have now the account link here, or the account icon. So if I click that, it should redirect me to the login page. So there you go, we have the login page. The second thing that we're going to do is to create an account. But if you already have an account in your Shopify store, development store, you can just skip this step. So I'm going to create a new account by clicking the create account button, and then I can just set this to my name, John Doe, John at doe.com, and then the password, something like that. So create. And then if we open the accounts page, I should have the following now. Awesome. So the next thing we're going to do is to start migrating or turning the liquid templates into JSON templates. So let's go back to our admin page. We can just close this now and then open the online store page. Now, before you edit anything here or before you customize your Shopify theme, make sure that you back up your theme, okay? So you can do that by clicking actions, and then you can just click duplicate, okay? So once again, make sure that you back up everything before you copy or follow what I'm going to do in this video, okay? So duplicate, and once you're done, continue. You can pause this video, and then you can just start once you're done. You ready? Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to just click edit code. So the next thing we're going to do is to create the section file. Like I said earlier, we need to create a new section file. So here in the sections folder, create a new section by clicking the add a new section button or a link. And then you can just call it main-customer login. Let's start first with the login template, okay? So create section. Now the reason why we're calling it main-customer-login is that here in the templates folder, or no, in the sections folder, if you scroll down, as you can see, the templates or the section file for templates, they are following the following naming convention. So main-article, main-404. So it starts with main, followed by the name of the template. So that's why we're calling it main-customer-login, because the template name is customer login. We're just starting it with main to follow the following naming convention. But you can just name it anything you want, but in the JSON template, make sure that you're using the right file name of that section file, okay? Say for example, instead of calling it main-customer-login, you called it, I don't know, like template-login. So make sure in the JSON template, you use template-login. So let's continue here in the templates folder. Let's open the customer login. And then we're going to move all of this, everything inside of the customer login to the section file that we created, which is the main customer login. Okay, so I'm going to select everything, press Ctrl A or Command A if you're using Mac. I'm going to highlight everything and then press Ctrl X or Ctrl C. You can just press Ctrl X to cut it. And then I'm going to move that code here in the main customer login section file. Okay, so I'm going to replace all of this with the code from the customer login.liquid. Okay? Okay, so now we have the code. We can just save this. And then the next thing we're going to do is to replace the liquid file or the liquid template file with JSON template. So we can just delete this now by clicking the delete file. Once again, make sure that you back up your Shopify theme before you delete anything. Okay, especially if you're not familiar with Shopify theme development or Shopify themes. Make sure that you back up your theme first before deleting anything, okay? So now I'm just deleting this. Okay. Okay, so now it's deleted. Let's go back to the templates folder and then click the add a new template. And then instead of article for the create a new template for, let's select the customer's login right over here. And then make sure that the template type is set to JSON. And then you can just click create template. So now we have the customer's login.json. As you can see, now it's JSON template. The next thing we're going to do is to reference the main customer login here in the sections field. Okay, so here in this object, we're going to create a new section ID and we'll call it main. Now the reason why we're calling it main, because if we open a JSON template, say for example the 404.json, I believe it's calling it, or they're calling it main as well. So main. But you can actually call this anything you want. I don't know, you can call it pee poo poo. Pee poo poo. And then you can just reference the section ID here in the order, in this array. So say for example in this bracket or array, you can just reference the section ID pee poo poo. Okay? So you can just call it anything you want, but we'll call it main because the Shopify theme done is using main as section ID. Okay? So we'll just replace this with main. So now we have the section ID. We need to pass here an object as well as its value. And then in this object, we are going to use the type field. And in this type field, we're going to reference the file main customer login. Or in this type, you apply a string value and its value is set to main customer login or main hyphen customer hyphen login. Okay? So main hyphen customer hyphen login. Now the reason why you want to set this to the following value, and that's because we are working on customers login.json. But if you want to reference a different file, you can actually do that. I don't know, like say for example, instead of the main customer login, you reference the which one? We can just open the sections. Now, before we continue, the type is only going to accept a string value, and that value must be the name of the section file inside of the sections folder. If you're referencing a template file, it's not going to work, or a snippet file, or an asset file. It's not going to work. The type is only going to look for the following file name here in the sections folder. Say for example, instead of main customer login, I want to reference, I don't know, like image banner. So image hyphen banner, or no, let's use the contact form. Contact hyphen form. Okay? So now if I save this, and if we log out, if we go back to the account page, if I log out, it should log me out, and then let's open the login page once again. As you can see, now it's using contact form. So that's how you reference a section file in JSON templates. Okay? Okay, so now that we have the JSON template for the login page, we can start referencing the actual file for that customer login page. So here in the type, reference the main hyphen customer hyphen login. So now if we save this, and if we go back to the account page or login page, it should be the login form this time. Okay? And if we open the customizer page, we can now add sections. So let me just open the customizer page or the theme editor. Right over here, customize. And then let's open the login template. Okay, so here instead of homepage, let's scroll down. Here in the others, let's open the customer login. And there we go. As you can see, now we can add a section. So if you click that, you can add the following sections. So I want to add contact form. And there you go. As you can see, now I have the contact form. And you can change the heading title to, is there a problem? Is there a problem? Contact us. Let's save this and let's go back to the login page. And there you go. As you can see, now we have the contact form here in the login page. So that's how you migrate or turn the Liquid template to JSON templates. So that's how you turn the login page from Liquid to JSON templates. Now let's continue and work on the next template file, and that should be the account.liquid. So let's open the account.liquid. We can now close the customer login.json, the 404 as well, and then the main customer login.liquid. So we can turn this into JSON template by doing the same thing by creating a new section file here in the sections folder. And we'll call it, we're following the naming convention main hyphen, and then the name of the template, which is going to be customer hyphen account. And then you can just click create section. And then we can just move all of this, everything inside of the account.liquid to the section main customer account. So you can just Control X everything or cut everything and then move it here in the section file. And you can just save this. And then going back here in the customer account.liquid, we can now delete this, delete that. Okay. And then replace that with JSON template. So here in the templates folder, create a new file or add a new template and should be for the customer account. So customer's account, and then the template type is set to JSON. Click create template. And then in the sections, create a new section ID and call it main. And then create an object. And in this object, create the type and then reference the file main hyphen customer hyphen account. And then you reference the main section ID here in the order field in this array. Okay, so in this array, reference the main section ID. Okay, save the file. Go back to the login page and then log in. And there we go. Now we have the same account page. But if we open the theme editor, let's open the accounts page right over here in the others. Open the customer account. And now you can add a section. So if you click that, you can add a different section. Let's select the image banner this time. Okay, so there you go. And you can just select an image. This one. Select, save it. And then let's go back to the account page. Refresh the page, and there it goes. You can see now we have the image banner. Now there's one thing that you need to keep in mind, especially if you're working on turning Liquid templates to JSON templates, and that is the section tag or the Liquid section tag. Before you convert a Liquid template into a JSON template, you make sure that there is no section tag in the Liquid code or in the Liquid file. Say for example, let's open the theme editor. Say for example, here in the main customer account, let me just add something here. Say for example, I'm going to use the section tag. So section. And I'm going to reference a file called contact-form. Okay? So let's close this. Now if I save this, I'm going to receive an error. So if we go back to the account page, and if I refresh this page, as you can see now we have the following error, Liquid error. You cannot render sections inside sections. So before you turn Liquid templates into JSON templates, make sure that there is no section tags. Now what if there is a section tag inside of a section file? What can you do? Well, it depends, or it's quite complicated to be honest, because it depends on the page. Say for example, you're working on an article page. And in that article page, you have a sidebar. In that sidebar, you're using sections. Well, it's quite complicated because if you're turning it into a JSON template, you need to do it here in the section field, in the sections field, right? You need to reference that section. So what if the section is in the sidebar? Because usually sections are rendered underneath or above the section of the template or vertically. Yes, there's a way to render sections horizontally, but that will cost you a lot of configuration specifically in CSS. So it's quite complicated to do it in the JSON template. Well, usually what I do is I just combine the two sections. So for example, in the article template file, I'm referencing a section file. So what I'm doing is I'll just copy the code in that section file and combine it with the article.liquid. But if the section is just being rendered underneath of the page, that's when you should use JSON templates. So basically what you're going to do is just create a new section ID and then just reference the section file. Okay, so now we can continue. The next template file that we're going to migrate is the activate account.liquid. So this one, we can just create a new section file for this template. In the sections folder, create a new section and call it main hyphen. Instead of using customer, it's going to be very long. So instead of customer, we can just call it, we can just call it customer and then hyphen activate instead of activate account, because it's going to be very long. I believe there's a limitation or a limit when it comes to file names. So, and then we can just move all of this and paste it in the section file, just like that. Okay, save it, and then delete the activate account and replace that with a JSON template. Okay, so here in the templates folder, create a new template file, and it should be for the activate account, customers activate account, and the template type is set to JSON. And then in the sections, create a section ID, call it main, and then create an object, and then reference the file in the type. It should be main hyphen customer hyphen activate. And then in the order, reference the section ID main. Save it. And now it should be a JSON template. Now the problem with the activate account is that you cannot check this in the theme editor. So if you go back here in the customizer page or theme editor, if we open the other section, if we open the activate account, it's just going to redirect us to the login page. So you cannot see it. You cannot see it here. So what you can do if you want to add sections in that file or in that template is to do it manually here in this JSON object. So for example, you want to add a new section. So you just add a comma and then create a new section ID. Say for example, you want to add contact form. So contact hyphen form, and then create an object, and then create the type, and reference the file or the section file, contact hyphen form. I believe it's contact form. Double check, make sure to double check the file, okay? So contact form dot liquid or contact hyphen form. And then you reference the section ID in the order. So I'm going to copy the contact form section ID, and after the main, I'm going to add comma and then paste the contact form section ID. Now, if I save this, and then let's log out. Going to log out. And then I'm going to open the admin page and the customers page. I'm going to open the customer John Doe. And let me try if I can send an activation. I believe I cannot. So let's try if we can disable this. There we go. And then I am going to send an account invitation. But the problem is I am using the following email, which is a placeholder email. So what I can do is just to replace this with my email. WeeklyHow.com. Save it. And then I'm going to open my email. And then I'm going to send an account invitation. So here, send account invitation. You can just click review email and then just send the notification. And once you have that sent, it should arrive in your email. Okay, so I have it here now. So I have the WeeklyHow theme development, activate your account. I'm going to click this, and I should have the following activate account page. And as you can see, now we have the contact form, okay? So that's how you check if the section in the account activation page is working. All right, so I believe everything is working. We can just activate this account by using the same password. I believe that's the password. Activate account, and there you go. As you can see, now I am logged in. Now we can just remove this section by going back to the code editor. And let's open the sections folder and the main customer account. Main customer account. And then I'm going to remove the section tag, this one. Okay. Save it. Go back to the account page. Refresh the page, and there we go. No, we don't have the error anymore. So we can just continue to the next template, customer template file. The next customer template file, which is going to be the customers addresses.liquid. So open that file and then search if there is a section tag. So section. There is none. So we can just move all of this into a section file. So I'm going to close now the main customer account.liquid, and I'm going to create a new section file here in the sections folder, and I'll call it main-customer-addresses. Create the file, and then I'm going to move all of the code from the addresses.liquid to the main customer addresses.liquid section file. Okay, save it. And then going back here in the customer addresses.liquid, I'm going to delete this template and replace it with a JSON template. Just click OK. Going back to the templates folder, create a new template file, and it should be for the customers addresses. Make sure that the template type is set to JSON. Create the template, and then in the sections, create a new section ID. Should be main. Create an object. Create the type, and reference the file main-customer-addresses, and close it with double quotes. And then use the main section ID here in the order. So main. Save it, and then go back to the account page and open the addresses page by clicking the view addresses link here. Open that, and you should have the same addresses page. Now you can add a new address and so on. Now let's open the theme editor and add a new section. So instead of customer login, let's open the customer addresses. If you're not seeing the customer addresses here, you can just reload the page and it should appear there. So customer addresses, and now we can add a section. So for example, oh, there's already a contact form. Did I save it? I don't think I did. Why is there a contact form here? There is no contact form here. And there you go. As you can see now, we don't have the contact form anymore. I don't know what happened there. We can add a new section. Let's select the email sign up. We can change the background to a different one, accent. There you go. Hit save. And then let's go back to the addresses page, refresh the page, and there you go. As you can see now, we have the newsletter form. Awesome. So next template file is going to be the customer order.liquid. Now I cannot test this, and that's because I don't have an order. So I'm going to open the customer order.liquid, and I'll just move all of this. But first, let's see if there is section tag. So section. I'm guessing there is none here. So we can just turn this into a JSON template by copying everything and by pasting it to a section file, which is going to be for the order.json. So I'm going to create a new section, and I'll call it main-customer-order, and I'll paste the code in this section file, just like that. Save it. And then I'm going to delete the order.liquid, the template file, and replace that with a JSON template. So here in the templates folder, create a new template file, and then it should be for the order, so customer's order, and the template type is set to JSON. Create the template, and then I'm assuming you already know what to do here. Create a new section ID, call it main, and then the object, create the type, and reference the file called main-customer-order. And then you reference the section ID here in this array for the order. So main. Save the file, and then go back to your account, and we can open an order, but I don't have an order, so what we can do is to open our admin page, and here in the orders page, we can create an order. So I'm going to create an order, and then we can select a product, anything, doesn't really matter, this one. You just add everything. And then I'm going to select a customer. Make sure that you select a customer right over here. Select your account. It's going to be John Doe in my case. And then once we have the account, we can save this. And this is not yet going to work, and that's because it's still a draft order. So what we can do is to turn this into an order. So let's scroll down. I have a lot of orders. That's not what I meant to do. Anyway, here in the payment, I'm going to collect a payment. So collect payment, just mark it as paid, okay? And then create order. Okay, so now we have the order. We can just go back to the account page, refresh the page, and we should have the order history now. And if I open this order, we can open the order page. There you go. So we have a lot of items. So the next thing we're going to do is to try if we can add a section. So going back here in the theme editor, I'm going to open the orders page. So here, customer order. And then it's opening the following account page instead. So let's try if we can open this page. There you go. So now we can add a section, okay? So if we scroll down and add a new section, say for example, I want to add image banner, no, not image banner, something else. A rich text. There you go. So now you can add the following. Now you can change the color scheme to accent 2. Save it. And then refresh your order page. And if we scroll down, we should have the following section now. So there you go. Now it's turned into a JSON template. So the next template file is going to be, which one is it? The register and then the reset password. Now I'm just gonna leave this to you guys because this video is getting longer now. So if you want to turn the register and then the reset password template into a JSON template, you can just do the same thing, just do the same steps, just create a section file and then copy the code from the Liquid template and paste it to the section file that you created. And then you reference the section file in the JSON template for the template file that you want to create. So for example, the register.liquid and the register.json, just reference the section file. That's all you need to do. So you see how easy that is. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by hitting the like button and subscribe. And there's gonna be more videos. Is there? Well, we're almost done with 2021, so I hope I can create another video, or at least a last video this month. So anyway, I'll see you next time. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll try my best to help you out. Okay? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.